to their winning ways. Good evening, everybody. Dave McCann and Blaine Fowler. We're getting into the middle now of the holidays. We got a treat tonight.
Yeah, this could be a great game. This Denver team is one that can really shoot the ball with skilled scorers. So big challenge for BYU coming off a loss to see if they can get their mojo back at home.
Tonight we'll see the third leading scorer in all of America in Tommy Bruner for the Pioneers.
And he can score in so many ways. Catch and shoot coming off of a screen. Off the bounce, knock down a three, get to the rim, and he gets to the free throw line almost as much as anyone in the entire country. And defensively and offensively off the bench, BYU brings in Jackson Robinson and Richie Saunders. They've been such a punch, and this BYU bench has been so good. Robinson, instant offense. Saunders, instant defense for the Cougars.
BYU number 2 in the country in bench production. So we're going to have to wait a little while to see those guys as the 10 starters are on the floor. Denver at 6-4, BYU at 8-1. They're 5-0 at the Marriott Center. This is the 68th meeting between these two. They used to belong to the Mountain States Athletic Conference between 1946 and 1962. All but 3 of the games in Provo were played at the Smith Fieldhouse. So here's the 4th meeting in the Marriott Center, and BYU controls the opening tip.
And this is a Denver team that went into Colorado State, another ranked opponent, and held their own. Really controlled that game for almost 10 minutes into the second half, led at halftime. So they feel like they can come in here and kill a giant in BYU.
Turnover for BYU, so we'll look at the starting 5 for the Pioneers. They had a tough one against 13th ranked Colorado State last week, led at halftime and got away from them in the second half. And head coach Jeff Woolbrin believes it prepared them for tonight. And a turnover by Jackson Brenchley on the first possession for Denver.
And interesting that both teams turn the ball over. These teams don't turn the ball over. In fact, the University of Denver, the Pioneers, are one of the top in the country this year. Only 7 turnovers a game. That's an incredible number.
Starting 5 for BYU. Nell up for 3. Nell's been battling an illness last week and a half. Still says he feels lousy, but not bad enough to not play. He struggled 0 for 4 from 3 against Utah. Missed his last 5 for a shooter that's been right around 45%.
That's right. We both saw him today and almost in unison said, "How you feeling?" And he looked and said, "Terrible."
Dynamo falling away. And it's Waterman on the rebound. Lots of foreign flavor on these two rosters we'll get to a bit later on. Hall for 3. Cougars expecting to get right back to themselves here on their home floor after an ice-cold night of shooting up in Salt Lake on Saturday. Nell on the foul. Speaking of Utah, Jackson Brenchley, a former Ute. And we'll see plenty of him tonight. There's Jeff Woolbrin in his 3rd season. 32 wins for the Pioneers, 15 last year, the most in the 7 previous seasons. So he's got a rebuild underway with the Pioneers. We had a great visit with him today, and he actually recruited Mark Pope as an assistant at Cal, trying to get Pope from the state of Washington. And Mark chose Washington, and Jeff said that was his first heartbreak as an assistant coach when a big-time player said, "No thanks, coach, I'm going somewhere."
And when you talk to Jeff, he feels like a veteran head coach, like he's been a head coach forever. He's been in the game for a long, long time and coached at P5 schools, a top assistant in a number of places, including Stanford, UAB, Virginia Tech, and Cal, as you mentioned.
Waterman brings it out. Here's Johnson around the back. Nell for 3. And Johnson on the rebound. Now he'll pop a 3 and knock it down. Well, Johnson has been spectacular over the course of his career, 40% shooting threes.
When we asked Mark Pope what they learned about themselves up at Utah, he said, well, we learned that if we stay who we are, meaning push the ball in transition, shoot threes, even when you're not making them, is that Brenchley that gets a point down there, the Utah native, that in the end, you know, we can still be in games, and we've got to stay who we are and be true to who we are. And, you know, he said we had a chance to win that on the last possession, even though we didn't shoot the ball well.
Khalifa taps it out to Hall. Here's Nell again.
They're not going to let a few missed threes stop him from shooting threes. I'll tell you that right now. That was the message Mark gave us.
Nell 0 for 3. Here's Brenchley putting one up quick.
And two really good shooting teams. Not shooting the ball particularly well early in this game.
Khalifa, 14 straight assists without a turnover. He's backing into the lane. Turnaround left-hander. And the junior out of Egypt gets his first two. When Khalifa's offense catches up to his ability to distribute the basketball, he is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, his assist-to-turnover ratio, we're going to show you a graphic in a bit here, is ridiculous.
Basket and the foul. And that is Tayanamo going to the line, a chance at a three-point play. Waterman picks up his first.
Nice feed by Brent. You see how he brought the ball on the dribble to give him a high-low feed with a little wraparound bounce pass. Created that angle. So got to give Jackson Brenchley a lot of credit on that one. Set that up for Tayanamo.
Tayanamo out of Helsinki, Finland. Played 12 games on the national team over the summer. And his head coach said that was just such a game changer for him. And when we think of Finnish players, think of Timo Saarelainen, who was a star at BYU back in the 80s.
And Tayanamo is, he knows how to get to the free throw line. We saw him already to the line. He's a guy that uses his body. Look how he uses that body to create contact, and he gets to the free throw line. He's 29th in the country, top 30 in the country in free throw attempts.
5-4 BYU. Johnson's already hit 1 3. Here's Khalifa. Johnson for another 3. Waterman on the rebound, up and in.
When we talk about BYU, keeping who they are and shooting threes. The other thing that's been the hallmark of this team is they are a very gritty defensive basketball team that plays with high effort defensively and does a great job on the ball. And they go after the offensive glass with a passion.
That shot by Lopez Savicente, who checks into the game. Waterman left open for 3. Waterman missed 6 threes on Saturday night. Knocks down his first one tonight. BYU, when you took Nell and Waterman and Johnson's numbers and put them together, 1 for 13 shooting threes at Utah. You may never see that kind of night again from those guys. Battling inside and up with a nice shot is Lopez San Vicente out of the Canary Islands, Spain. That's his first 2. Another one of the foreign players here on the floor tonight.
And Jeff Wilburn's done a nice job of having consistency. Like, he's got veterans. He's got multiple veterans that have been in this program 3 years, and most of his big-time contributors are not first-year guys.
Tayanamo in now with 4. And it's 10-8. Still nothing from Tommy Bruner. Waterman again. And Tayanamo, who averages 8 rebounds a game, leads the team in rebounds. BYU just 2 of 10 shooting the 3 out of the gate. And Tommy Bruner just quietly biding his time. He's number 0. This is Craig. Now they distribute into the corner. A blocked 3-point shot. That one offered by Ado Ankra.
Trevin now got a piece of that. And I kind of ISO'd on Bruner that time down. He's got Spencer Johnson in his hip pocket. Oh, what a move.
Johnson.
That fake pass
He's got
was
5.
something. And Spencer Johnson, BYU's best on the ball defender. Most consistent defender over the last couple of years.
And look who he's assigned to.
Yeah, and he has been, and so he tips the ball and creates the turnover.
That's off of Craig. It'll be BYU ball.
Pinned to Bruner's hip all game long so far. He hasn't seen the basketball because of it.
Timeout on the floor, 13:31 to go here in the first half. It's Spencer Johnson wheeling and dealing down low. Cougars by 4 on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
ESPN Plus Originals. the exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library.
What I feel in my heart during the Subaru Share the Love event, it's just so rewarding.
We believe in love, not just our customers, but also our community.
And the Subaru Share the Love event is truly an example of that.
Over $285 million donated is phenomenal.
It absolutely sets us apart from all other car companies.
Right now, get a new Subaru, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Football's in full swing. You ready? QB of the future? Check. Division on lock? Check and check. MVP case? A season that's still anyone's season? Check, baby. NFL on ESPN.
This car is absolutely amazing.
Fireworks are guaranteed.
Let's go. I'm not entertained.
This is MMA at the highest level.
Christmas Day begins at noon and continues all day on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus. NBA Christmas Day begins at noon.
本当に2つできると思ってましたか?
Back at the Marriott Center, it's 12-8 BYU here in the first half. And let's introduce the third member of our broadcast team, Spencer Lin.
Dave, you and Blaine a few minutes ago were just talking about Ali Khalifa's ability to pass and do so at a high level as a big man for BYU. Well, if he had played in 75% of BYU's games or more, which he hasn't, he would be #1 in the country in current assist to turnover ratio. The number is staggering. He's got 23 total assists and just 2 turnovers in limited games. Again, he's got to play in 75% of the games for it to officially count, but he would be #1 as a guy that stands 6 feet 11 inches. Of note, Jackson Brenchley, representing Denver, is number 11 on that same list at 4.1 assists to every turnover. Guys?
Thanks, Spencer. And at practice today, we asked Khalifa, hey, you're having fun? And he goes, yeah, I am, with a big smile on his face. He's getting a lot of minutes now due to the Traore injury. He's on the bench now. This is Jackson Robinson, Richie Saunders.
We talked about these two in the open. When these two come off the bench, things just happen.
And they happen right there for Saunders. He's got 2. He had 13 Saturday at Utah.
I mentioned Jackson Robinson's instant offense. Richie Saunders is instant defense. But they're both unbelievably capable on the other end of the floor as well. Robinson's an excellent defender, and Saunders is a very capable scorer. So they bring a punch like no other. One of the best benches in the country this year is why BYU finds himself #3 in the net.
Speaking of bench, that's where Bruner is at the moment. And Atiki Aliatiki picks up his first foul. BYU number 18 in the AP Top 25. They're number 17 in the coaches poll. More importantly, they're number 3 in the net rankings. And Mark Pope told us today that number means everything to BYU, even in December.
And he said that's one of the major points that they use, data points, to determine NCAA tournament, whether you're invited or not, what your seeding is. He goes, yes, it's important. We pay attention to it.
Isaiah Carr, 7-footer out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, gets his first 2. Robinson gets his first 3.
There's Mr. Offense that I was talking about. And BYU right now, this lead, 7-point lead, they have 3 offensive rebounds to none for Denver. So those 3 extra possessions have equaled 5 second chance points. That's the difference in the game right now.
Inside to the 7-footer. Blocked by Johnson, brought down by Atiki. Johnson back to Saunders. Richie's got 4 quick points off the bench.
And all 4 are a result of how well he's moving without the basketball. Coming out, going hard on an out cut, putting his foot in the ground, going hard on the cut to the basket. And his teammates finding him.
Largest lead, 9 points for BYU. Craig picked up by Saunders. Now he's got it in the switch. Hall tapped out, but right to the Pioneers. Craig for three. Out of bounds and off of Tyson Garf, another Utah product out of Kaysville, Utah. Timeout, 11:32 to go. In the first half, 19-10, BYU on Big 12 now.
Hey, bro, did you see this?
Yo, what's the best thing about BYU? The Cougar Tail.
Duh, the acronyms. The mark.
Rough.
Yo, it's gotta be the creamery. I love the BYU debit card from Mountain America. You would say that. You're in the commercial. Get your BYU debit card with my style checking. Only at Mountain America. Jax, are you gonna eat all that? Maybe. You're sick, bro.
Hey, it's all right. Don't worry. Relax. It's okay.
Hi. How are you feeling, Mom? Tired. He's adjusting just like you are. But remember, we're in this together. We love you. I love you so much.
Accidents don't just happen 9 to 5. They happen when you least expect them. The team at Siegfried & Jensen is here for you 24/7. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour. Really here for you. No matter when you call us, you'll speak to a real person and have access to the same expertise and personal attention as always, and get the legal help you need when you need it. Nights, weekends, every day, every hour, 24/7.
Learn more at siegfriedandjensen.com.
Nobody celebrates Christmas like
BYU TV.
BYU TV.
BYU TV. Watch Christmas Under the Stars on BYU TV with performances by BYU Vocal Point, Fine for Fighting, Train, John Legend, Lauren Daigle, and Pentatonics. Watch every concert ad-free all December long.
Merry Christmas from all of us at BYU TV.
Tomorrow night on ESPN is the Women's Volleyball National Semifinals. 7 Eastern, Nebraska and Pitt. 9:30 Eastern, Wisconsin and Texas out of the Big 12. Winners will meet for the National Championship Sunday on ABC. Back in Provo, 19-10 BYU, 11:32 to go here in the first half. Dave McCann, Blaine Fowler, and Spencer Linton.
BYU so far holding Denver to 35.7% from the field, just 5 of 14, and 0 for 4 from 3. BYU doesn't get enough credit for how good they have been as a three-point defensive basketball team, one of the best in the country. Just 23.6% from that three-point line our opponents shooting against BYU.
Trey Stewart in the game, running the point for the Cougars. He's got the ball. Nell on the baseline, foul going up.
And Nell, we really saw Nell for the first time this year because he's just his last season was completely injury plagued, and his reputation was this guy's just a knockdown three-point shooter. He's a spot-up guy. He's going to be on the outside. What he's shown us this year is, if you push up on him and you're not balanced up, he'll put the ball on the floor and go by you, and he makes floaters and he gets to the rim. He's a good free throw shooter. So he's got a complete scoring game. He's not just a spot-up three-point shooter.
BYU struggled from the line, just 10 of 18 on Saturday at Utah. We mentioned Nell's been under the weather. And he'd probably appreciate us saying that's affected his three-point shot.
Well, and
he's got a point so far tonight.
They've been a solid free throw shooting team.
Quick timeout as Bruner got caught in the corner. BYU surprised the Pioneers with some full court pressure. We'll keep it right here.
Yeah, their number for the season now is 72.5, but it was up around 75 before that last game. And so that free throw shooting performance up at Utah was an aberration, if you ask BYU. But the trap came. Bruner didn't have anywhere to go. They weren't expecting this. So there was no release valve coming to the ball until it was so late. And so they get a timeout, go over and talk about how to break this press. Caught them off guard when they changed the defense.
Denver's out of the Summit League. They're picked 9th among the 9 teams in the preseason poll. And the last time BYU faced a team from the Summit League, last December, we were up in the Delta Center in Salt Lake, and South Dakota came in and stunned the Cougars 69-68.
And did they ever shoot it and play D? And this, as you mentioned, this is a rebuilding project for Jeff Wilbren. 11 wins in his first season in 21-22. Then they jumped to 15 last season. And he says there's steady progress. They want to improve on that 15 this year. And he's building it with guys that he hopes will stay in the program over the long term.
Tommy Bruner, number 3 in the country in scoring, averaging 24 points. Still looking for his first bucket, and he gets his pocket picked by Stewart, and then he gets it right back and takes it in for 2.
He was patient enough not to reach that time. Sometimes you see that frustration foul after a steal. That time he just played solid defense and got the steal.
Saunders gets his own rebound, knocks it in. 6 off the bench for Saunders.
Shooters know how it comes out of their hand and which way they're going to miss. It's like, oh, that one's a little long and to the right. So he tracked that ball down, knew exactly where it was coming off, and got the putback.
Bruner. This is Brenchley. To the Latter-day Saint mission to Taiwan. Mentioned he played 4 seasons at the University of Utah before moving over to Denver.
We asked Mark Pope, how do you defend Bruner with his scoring prowess and a guy that shoots 46% from 3? And we're going to go back and watch Bruner steal. Ball got stolen by Trey Stewart, and then watch Bruner. He waited for the opportunity and got it back. Mark Pope told us he's so proficient from 3. We actually want to run him off the 3-point line. We want to be there on the catch. Don't give him open 3 looks. If he's going to score, we want them to be inside that 3-point line. And BYU's done a really good job of being there on the catch so far.
Now up for 3. Out of bounds, last touched by the Pioneers, and the Cougars will keep it. Pedro Lopez San Vicente checking back in. Trevin now 0 for 4, now 0 for 8 in his last 2 games, shooting the 3.
As you mentioned, he's not just sick tonight. He's been battling an illness for about a week and a half. And so his strength's not up. And you know, I don't know if he's been getting as many shots as you normally get in, but he definitely would love to feel better here sometime in the very near future.
Here's Stewart looking for a lane to the basket. Kind of wheels and deals, finds some space. Trey Stewart with his first 2.
Good footwork that time. Kept that pivot foot down, rotated around the pivot foot.
Our officiating crew tonight, Gary Maxwell, Kelly Self, and Mike Reed. Brenchley takes it in. Bodies hit the floor, but Brenchley's got 4. And Jeff Wilbren said, I love the savvy that Brenchley plays with. A lot of experience. Atiki. Over to Stewart. Now Robinson. This will go to Denver. The miss was so bad it bounced all the way back to half court. No one was sure who touched it last. But the Pioneers get possession. BYU 55-10 at the Marriott Center under Mark Pope in his 5th season. Brenchley matched up with Saunders, pair of Utah kids. Bruner up for 3 over the long arms of Robinson. That didn't have a chance, and it's out of bounds.
You see, Jackson Robinson got Bruner on a switch, never left him to help, was there when he came around the screen on the catch to defend, and then Jackson Robinson is 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan up. That's how you contest a 3-point shot. No easy looks for Bruner in this game so far.
Pioneers are 0 for 5 shooting 3s. Robinson from way outside. Brenchley chases it down. There's outside and then there's way outside. Beautiful pass. And the finish by Dynamo. He's got 6. And the Cougars a little sloppy here. Turn it over. Takes us to a timeout. 7:54 to go. 24-16. BYU. You're on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
The holidays on Dale's farm weren't very festive. Until he saved big on a Bluetooth speaker with Amazon's last-minute deals. And now?
Mamacita.
That llama is part dancer, part prancer. Shop last-minute deals now at Amazon.
And the toys that he will leave.
Okay, we're down by a lot, but he's got a plan.
Geico makes car insurance easy. With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
It's easy to Geico.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord.
Oh no! Go, go, go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Go to Old Navy and you'll save a toboggan full of buckaroonies. It's a real bada bing, bada boom situation.
Right now, get last minute gifts from just $2 only at Old Navy.
Look, this deal is a steal, and so is the toboggan. I know because I stole it.
本当に2つできると思ってましたか?
I never doubted that you could.
本当の成功っていうのは終わってみなきゃ分かんないし、
まだまだ達成してない夢や目標もたくさんあるので。
大谷翔平、夢の向こうへ。
7:54 to play in the first half. 18th ranked BYU leading Denver 24-16. Earlier this week, star shooter Jackson Robinson was speaking about the fact that he comes off the bench as the leading scorer for BYU and doesn't start. And many in the Big 12 basketball community and around BYU are wondering, well, why doesn't he start? He just said, and I quote, "I'm focusing on what I can control. My minutes are something I can only partially control, but for the most part, it's up to the coaches. So I'm just making sure when I get into the game, I'm utilizing the time that I have making winning plays and make sure that we are winning," end quote. So guys, clearly he doesn't really care when he gets onto the floor, just that when he's on the floor, he wants his team to win.
Thank you, Spencer. And he leads that bench. They average 40 points a game, second most in the country.
And the thing I noticed about Jackson Robinson this year, not only is he more confident on the offensive end, he has really dedicated himself to playing lights-out defense on the other end. And that's why he gets extended minutes. He's on the game. It's on the floor at the end of games, because they know he's going to give a big effort on both ends of the floor. And watch him at 6'7", and with that 7-foot wingspan, his lateral quickness is that of a guard. Look how difficult it is for Bruner to get by him.
Shot clock's at 2, so Bruner goes up. Nell on the rebound for BYU.
BYU not shooting the ball great from 3, obviously, in this game, 3 of 13. But they've been good again at offensive rebounding. That's an effort thing. They're +4 in offensive rebounding margin, +9 in second chance points. That's how they're ahead in this game right now. And they've been doing this game after game where they dominate the offensive glass.
Lob inside to Atiki. Back to Robinson, up for 3.
And then they do that. And then they get on a roll, and then they run away from people. At Utah, BYU had a miserable shooting night. They were in the game at the end because of their offensive rebounding prowess throughout the game. That kept them in the game.
6 points for Robinson. Johnson, Waterman, and Khalifa, and Craig check back in.
This is, in my opinion, the easiest kind of three to make. Inside-out threes. So it's down in the post, and you're set with your feet square on that three-point line, shoulders square in a shooting position. The ball comes out right at shooting level, and he catches it, and it's just an easy shot. Inside-out is the best way to get threes.
Trevin Nell picked up his second foul. He's out of the game. Here's Bruner. Slicing in. Waterman, his 6th rebound. Robinson calling for the ball in the corner. It's back to Waterman. Blocked from behind, at least partially deflected by Bruner. Now it's Bruner out ahead. And Waterman makes him have to change mid-flight, and the follow doesn't go. And Khalifa is fouled on the rebound. Good hustle to get down the floor for BYU.
We've seen Waterman do this more than once this season where he's trailing in the break, but he knows with his 6'11" height and his ability to bounce and get up off the floor that he can stop layups on the other end in transition. He did a great job again there. Hustle play by Waterman.
First foul on Isaiah Carr. BYU ball 27-16. Nearing the 6-minute mark of this first half. First of 5 straight home games for BYU. Robinson again. He's got 3 threes and 9 points.
And when he's feeling it, the ball just flicks the absolute bottom of the net. He's dead center, and the ball, you could just hear it snap through that net.
Bruner again into the tall timbers and denied. Robinson out ahead. Loses it on the dribble. Craig's got the steal. Inside the arc. And now it is Johnson chasing it down. Robinson another 3. Waterman fouled after the rebound by Craig as the pace has significantly increased over the last couple of minutes. BYU up 14. And that's the first foul on Craig.
And Denver's been doing a decent job defensively against BYU in this game. But on the offensive end, BYU's length has really caused this Pioneer team some problems making shots.
Hall for 3. Now they're all starting to drop. That's the first bucket for Hall. Biggest lead of the night so far for the Cougars.
Hey, Jeff Wilburn told us the problem to trying to defend BYU is that they have, at any time on the floor, 4 legitimate elite level three-point shooters. How do you guard that when they're spread out and have good spacing?
Lopez, San Vicente. Denied by Hall. Here comes Craig. Swoops in with the one-hander.
Really nice shot by Craig over the top. Good help defense there in time. Craig, the freshman out of Mount Carmel in Chicago.
Khalifa has Johnson open for 3. Brenchley out with it. Waterman gets it to Hall. We come back the other way.
That's 8 boards now for Waterman here in the first half.
And bad pass by Hall and a turnover for BYU. Here's Brenchley. Craig slicing in. Denied by Robinson. And out of bounds. Stops the clock with 4:13 to go. Here's another look at Jackson Robinson.
We've been talking about that ability to help on the defensive end. That's the 3rd block now for BYU in this game, but the jumping ability, that length, the timing, goes up and gets that.
Atiki is back in, Khalifa out for the Cougars. Tyson Garth returning for the Pioneers. Craig hands it over to Brenchley. Foul on the shot. That's Tayono. And he'll be at the line when we come back. 3:57 to go here in the first half. Second foul on Atiki. Cougars up 33-18 here on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Drumming, all your friends
Desmond Howard, here to see my college football collection.
Impressive stuff, little man.
Geico makes it easy to insure. My car and RV, too.
Wow.
Gloves from your famous catch.
How'd you get those? Great smile. Is this from when the band ran on the field?
Yep, 1982.
What is this?
Oh, no, don't touch the,
Not so fast, my friends. Not so fast, my friends.
It will turn off eventually.
For all your insurance needs from home to car to RV, it's easy to Geico.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord. Oh no! Go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
It's the return of the Saturday Showdown on NFL Network. First, Vikings-Bengals.
He's got it.
Then, Steelers-Colts.
He's in there.
And Broncos-Lions in prime time.
Beautiful.
The Saturday Showdown tripleheader. Saturday only on NFL Network.
We are trying really hard to get you Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but there is only so much we can do here. You're gonna have to meet us halfway. Well, the whole way, actually.
What's that Sesame Street song? One of those guys is not like the others. There in the middle, you got Tyler Haws, the all-time leading scorer. To his right, Jimmer Fredette. He's number 2 all-time. And Jerem Jordan is the host. He's on the far left, and that's the crew coming up at halftime. Danny Ainge's jersey. Danny Ainge is third on the
and
he's the only jersey up here in the rafters.
He's usually here. I just looked down to see if Danny was in the building. I don't see him down here tonight, but how's that to have the top 2 scorers in history? And a lot of nights, you know, we've got Jim and Tyler here, and Danny got the top 3 scorers in history in the building all together.
Big as it gets.
It's something.
3:57 to go, 33-18 for 18th ranked BYU. And at the line is Toku Tainamo.
Tainamo, a 77.6% free throw shooter this season. Really skilled big man at 6'9" and 220. See the nice rotation on the ball.
Spencer just listening into the huddles. What do you got?
Well, we'll start with Coach Wolbrun in Denver, who was really upset with his team and kept asking them, why are you not being aggressive? He feels like they're settling for, in his words, terrible shots, and pointed out that BYU's pace is affecting them too much, both offensively and defensively. Now, interestingly enough, in the BYU huddle, the BYU coaches said, our pace is giving them problems. So these coaches are on the same wavelength, guys.
Thank you, Spencer.
Well, and Coach Wolbrun told us, remember, and we're like, yes, we do remember this, that when you miss shots badly, it leads to easy buckets on the other end, long rebounds and transition buckets. And he said, we have to take smart, good shots tonight, and we have to take care of the ball. They're doing a decent job of taking care of the ball with just 4 turnovers. But I would agree with him. They've had some bad shots, long rebounds. BYU gets out and runs and gets easy buckets on the other end.
Craig's got it. Waterman with the block. Hall into the corner, Robinson. Now they'll try the other side to Waterman for 3.
Reward him for the block. He gets the block and controlled the block, got the ball to the outlet, ran the floor, spaced himself out, and knocked down a 3.
He's knocking on the door of a double-double here in the first half. 8 points and 9 rebounds.
If you bring a kid and just illustrate exactly what Waterman did that whole time on defense and offense, and that is what you're supposed to do. Exactly what he did.
Johnson knocks the ball out of bounds.
He comes out, and this is help defense. Gets the block, controls the block, doesn't swat it. And then he runs the floor, spaces himself out on the floor, and gets a beautiful look at 3. That is just a fantastic job on both ends of the floor of doing what you're supposed to do. Coming over and helping, getting the ball out and running the floor.
Already a career-high 9 rebounds for Waterman. Open three and knocked down. The shot is Ado Anka, his first bucket of the first half.
And Anka's been shooting. He's the second leading three-point shooter. Shoots 45% for this team. Has second most in attempts. 23 of 51. Now it's 24 of 52 for the season.
Robinson. Kickback Hall. Now it's Johnson. Back to Robinson from the corner. That's his 4th of the half. And 12 points.
And that was so pretty. Robinson passed on a 3 that was contested, drove in. Then he gave the ball back up to the perimeter and ran to the opposite corner. BYU moved the ball all the way around the horn and found Robinson again. And when you're in an offense that you know, if I give the ball up and I move, I'll get it back. There's 1 pass, 2 pass, drive and kick, back to Jackson Robinson in the other corner, this time wide open. Sharing the basketball, that mentality, that unselfish mentality makes you want to give it up and make a better pass.
Robinson from the other corner into the iron. And Craig's out with it for Denver. Under 2 minutes to go. Spencer will talk with Mark Pope here in a moment, get his assessment of this first half. And the story for BYU defensively is Bruner has just 2 points. Out ahead is Hall for 2. Assist to Waterman, and Hall's got 5.
Yeah, BYU's length just continues to give this Pioneer offense problems.
Back-to-back turnovers by Carr. Bruner comes in, Carr goes out. Saturday afternoon, it's a Big 12 doubleheader on ESPN2. Texas and LSU, the first game in Houston, and then right after that one, it's Houston and Texas A&M. Both games on ESPN2 and the ESPN app on Saturday. Khalifa to Robinson for number 5. Not yet. And here's Bruner on the run. All the way in. And scores with 4 Cougars around him. He's got 4 points. Johnson to answer right back. Foul going up. He'll go to the line as Brenchley picks up his first. Boy, the pace just switched about 8 minutes ago.
It just really picked up.
BYU averaging over 95 points here at the Marriott Center, and they're sitting at 41 late in the first half. Feels like a few minutes ago they were at 22 and
we're thinking,
looking for answers.
Denver's doing a pretty good job defensively, and then BYU hurried him up.
Johnson's an 80% free throw shooter. We talked about his 3-point percentage for his career, over 40%, just one of 12 in program history. Post Danny Ainge, when there wasn't a 3-point line. Got his first Division I double-double at Utah on Saturday with 10 points and 11 rebounds. He's got 6 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. So far tonight, he's been a key figure in keeping Bruner from becoming a factor on the defensive side. Gets them both to go down. 7 now for Spencer Johnson. Final minute. And that Cougar lead back up to 18. And Johnson, BYU's best on-the-ball defender, assigned to Bruner. And he loses it out of bounds. Frustrating first half.
I like that Bruner has said, I'm not going to settle for contested threes. These guys are too long. I am going to attack, and this time it's Khalifa's quick hands knocked the ball off of Bruner's leg and out of bounds.
Bruner just 2 of 8 from the field here in the first half. A 30-second timeout called by the Cougars.
And in this second half, Denver's going to have to make some adjustments where they're going to have to figure out a way to get him some looks. I mean, he's running all over the place, but BYU has a great advantage is they've got so much length on the perimeter that they can switch screens 1 through 4. So other than the 5, anybody that comes and sets a screen, they just switch, and that guy takes perimeter. And they all have length, and they've all got quickness, and that makes it tough when you're running all over the place trying to rub off of screens, and they just keep switching.
Coming into tonight, number 3 in the country, averaging 24 points. He gets to the free throw line an awful lot. He's an outstanding 3-point shooter, but BYU has kept him in check. He's 0 for 3 shooting threes. And it seems like all three of them have been at the end of a shot clock with a guy in his face.
And with a long arm extended. It's like shooting it out of a silo.
Whenever you shoot out of a silo, it's hard
it's hard to make anything. It really is.
Hall for three. Knocked out of bounds. That might have been get a shot off so you get an extra possession.
I think it was
because they didn't waste any time putting one up. And they will get another possession with 37 seconds to go in a half. And the shot clock, about a 6-second difference. Craig Bruner steps inside the defense. It rattles out.
And that was a rare good look.
Waterman out ahead of everyone. And Noah Waterman with 10 points to go with his 10 rebounds. His first career double-double, and it comes in the first half.
He has been impressive. His effort level tonight has been off the charts. It's been really good.
Forced up again. Waterman another rebound. Here's how the half will end. And one of the best for Noah Waterman after a frustrating Saturday up in Salt Lake when he went 0 for 6 shooting the long ball. And he has come back with fire, and BYU leads it by 20. And Spencer Linton is ready with the head coach, Mark Pope.
Coach, this was an 8-point game at the under 8 timeout. You now lead by 20. What changed in the final 8 minutes?
Well, we got a little bit of rhythm. A couple things I'm super happy about. One, Spencer Johnson's been unbelievable on the defensive end. Noah Waterman had a great defensive half. This is a team that averaged 85 points a game, and they went into, Fort Collins last week against a top 15 team in the country and scored easy. So I'm really proud of these guys' defensive effort, especially those two guys. We had some guys make really great extra efforts after a miscue on the offensive end to kind of win on the defensive glass in transition. And then the second 10 minutes, we got a little bit more thrust. We finally got to push into this game, which is super important for us on the offensive end. So I like both those things.
Coach, thanks for the time.
Thanks.
Spencer, coach, thank you. 45-25. BYU with the lead here at halftime. Jackson Robinson with 12 and Noah Waterman 10 points and 11 rebounds. Coming up, Jerem, Tyler, and Jimmer with the halftime report from the Marriott Center. It's the Cougars up by 20 here on Big 12 Now on ESPN+.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you, not Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Get a rate based on you with DriveWise and the Allstate app.
The Kerwin Frost Box. With a McNugget buddy in every box. And your choice of Big Mac or 10-piece McNuggets.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Little man. Yeah. Why are you always trying to one-up me, bro? Me? I thought you was the #1 son. All right. But did you remember to buy the coffee maker from Mom, though? Once again, way ahead of you. Yeah, but I found a better deal. Wait, how? Shop with Google, little bro.
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon.
Amazing grace, how
Reggie is the greatest defender of all time.
He wanted to be a man of God, and he wanted to win the Super Bowl.
Get away from the field, Reggie gets a little more complicated.
What I'm learning now, based on what I was teaching then, I misled people. But now I see.
30 for 30 presents The Minister of Defense.
Noah Waterman, a double-double in the first half, his first career double-double. 10 points, 11 rebounds as BYU leads it 45-25. At the break, it's the Big 12 halftime show. Great to have you with us. I'm Jeremy Jordan alongside Tyler Haws and Jimmer Fredette, the top two scorers in BYU history. We tried to get Danny Ainge on the show. He's got Utah Jazz stuff. No, we didn't actually. One day we'll get Dan on there. But what a first half from BYU, and Noah Waterman rebounding the ball, scoring, struggled at Utah, but he bounced back nicely.
No, bounce back really tough. You know, we always want to see how a guy bounces back from a tough shooting performance. A couple of tough games for Noah, but he was excellent on the defensive end, flying around. His effort on the rebounding side, it was just incredible. Love what I'm seeing so far.
Jackson Robinson has a game-high 12 points. He continues to play well off the bench.
Oh, of course, yeah. He's shooting the ball really well. He's just super confident right now, right? You know, he knows when he comes into the game, he is there to score the basketball. And his teammates know that as well. So once he gets out there, he is going to shoot the ball, and he's shooting it at a very high clip. He's very efficient, but he's getting really good looks, too. He's not forcing anything. He's just getting open looks, and he's making his shots.
I don't know why you would not hug him on the perimeter.
That was not a good play right there.
This guy is averaging 20 a game in the last 4. All off the bench. He's got 12 at halftime. He's playing great. Tommy Bruner for Denver is number 3 in the country in points per game. 4 points in the first half, 2 of 10 from the floor, 0 of 4 from 3, had 4 turnovers. It was a tough first half for Tommy Bruner. Mark Pope felt good about what Spencer Johnson and company did on defense.
Yeah, no, they threw a bunch of different looks at him. They had Spencer Johnson on him. They had Jackson Robinson on him. They just made him uncomfortable, made him take tough shots. I think he only had one good look right there at the end of the half where he had a wide open shot, but they've just done a good job of making him uncomfortable.
And then BYU from the three-point line. We've talked about how they want to put up some threes. They play some good defense there. They put up 24 threes in the first half and made 8. BYU only made 7 at Utah on Saturday.
I mean, yeah, they've already surpassed that number, but that's my kind of game right there. Shoot the three ball, right? Especially when you're shooting good looks, right? They're getting good opportunities, they're getting good shots, and when you get good shots and they're in rhythm, these guys have been making them all year, with the exception of one game, and that's going to happen, but they're still going to continue to do that.
If there's gyms in the churches around the country, why wouldn't you be one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country? I just feel that way about BYU.
Let it fly.
Absolutely.
That's where you got your shots up. I know you dribbling in the dark and yours in Glens Falls.
That church was everything.
That's how it goes. BYU up big at halftime, 45-25. Second half adjustments and more thoughts coming up from Tyler and Jimmer as the Cougars, number 18 in the country, up 20 at the break.
We're working on a BYU engineering outreach project. In Ecuador, they have prosthetic
audio, we're
clinics,
still hearing
but it's really expensive. We wanted to create a process where they could make their own prosthetics.
It was incredibly motivating for our entire team to know that this would go to people not able to provide for a prosthetic.
BYU has changed my life by giving me an education that brings me closer to God. The things that we're learning can so directly help others and improve the world.
So we're down 34-0. Winning will be tough. That's why I brought in the ease specialist.
Right. Geico makes car insurance easy. With the Geico app, you can check your policy on the go and get access to 24/7 claim support.
Yeah! Let's make this easy!
You know, that felt a lot closer.
With your policy in your pocket, it's easy to Geico.
Cool! Buddies, the Kerwin Frost Box.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Hey. Hi. Hey. Thank you. I know. Cheers.
Amazing grace, how sweet.
Reggie is the greatest defender of all time.
He wanted to be a man of God, and he wanted to win the Super Bowl.
Like me,
Get away from the field, Reggie gets a little more complicated. What I'm learning now, based on what I was teaching then, I misled people.
but now I see.
30 for 30 presents The Minister of Defense.
BYU up 45-25 on Denver at the break as we continue the halftime report in Studio B. Jeremy Jordan and Tyler Haas and Jim Fredette with you. Let's talk about second half adjustments. If you're talking about BYU, what do you think BYU needs to continue to do?
Yeah, I think if you're BYU, starts on the defensive end of the floor. You know, it was the first thing Coach Pope in the halftime interview he talked about, the defensive mindset, just being defensively sound, playing together, making those extra effort plays. That always leads to good stuff on the other end of the floor, especially coming off of a tough shooting night game before.
Denver put up 80 points against number 12 Colorado State last week. Denver, Jimmer, you live in Denver,
yeah.
So let's hand you the Pioneer side. If you're in that locker room, what are you guys talking about?
You know, they have to continue to be aggressive. Obviously, you know, Tommy is going to come out and be very aggressive this half. He know that he didn't have a great half. He's a great scorer. So he's going to come out. He's going to be super aggressive. They're probably going to try to do some ball screen stuff to try to get him open. Then they have to play defense. They got to limit the three ball, try to make them to get misses and then be able to get out in transition, get some easy baskets, see the ball go into the basket. If they can do that, you know, you might be able to claw back into it.
24 a game. You guys can relate to that. 4 points at halftime. What's the mindset for a guy, like you mentioned, Jimmer, of Tommy Bruner going, okay, I'm under my average. I got to help my team. How do I best help my team here?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's tough because BYU's done a good job, and they haven't done a ton of doubling. It's just been length, right? Spencer Johnson and Jackson, they're just lengthy guys that can get there. So I'm saying he's going to have to continue to force and be aggressive, but without forcing shots. Make the defense commit, trust in your guys, and then take your shots when they're open.
24 three-point shots by BYU, closest to the pin in the second half. How many threes is BYU going to get up total for the game? Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, I think 37 is my number.
Okay, how about you, Jimmer?
Ooh, 42.
42. I'll go 39 right in the middle. 42. Second half coming up between BYU and Denver after the break.
This difficulty demands an ease specialist.
Yeah, that's me. Geico makes it easy to get coverage for what you care about. Cars, apartments, jewelry.
Jewelry? Goonie.
It's easy to Geico.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, I know.
Oh no! Go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go.
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
It's the return of the Saturday Showdown on NFL Network.
Let's go!
First, Vikings-Bengals.
He's got it!
Then, Steelers-Colts.
He's in there!
And Broncos-Lions in prime time.
Beautiful!
The Saturday Showdown triple-header. Saturday only on NFL Network.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under that tree. Santa baby, so hurry down the chimney tonight. Santa baby. Oh my goodness! Santa baby.
Got it!
Christmas Day begins at noon and continues all day on ESPN, ABC, and ESPN Plus.
Back live at the Marriott Center in Provo, Utah. Dave McCann, Blaine Fowler, 45-25. BYU leading Denver a moment ago. Spencer Linton with Pioneers head coach Jeff.
Coach, I heard you tell your guys to be more aggressive and stop settling for bad shots. What kind of shot transition and what kind of change did you make to do that?
We know that BYU is excellent in transition. And boy, when we take bad shots, that's like a live ball turnover. And they've got numbers going the other way, so got to do a much better job in our shot selection and running good offense with good pace. And then defensively, we have to eliminate threes. They're a prolific three-point shooting team, and we've done a very poor job of that thus far.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Spencer, thank you. BYU's 104-15 at home when they are ranked in the top 25, and they're 21-4 when they're ranked number 18. And that includes a 9-game winning streak dating back to the Danny Ainge era of 1981. But tonight is Waterman's night.
Wow, he was so aggressive in that first half on both ends of the floor. Played phenomenal defense, created things for his teammates, scored 10 points, ran the floor, and finished in transition on the other end, knocked down threes. He really played the best half of basketball I've seen him play at BYU.
Let's watch him work.
You see offensive put back there, really active on the glass, as we know, with a double-double in the first half. Not afraid to shoot that three. Had good rotation on the ball in this one. On the defensive end, he was a stopper. His length caused all kinds of problems for the Pioneers. And, yeah, he really was the catalyst for all of BYU's energy defensively. And how about Denver coming out and knocking down a three?
That's Pedro Lopez San Vicente, his 5th point.
The third year veteran who's been in this program. Last year's a sophomore, just played 8.7 minutes a game, but played 25 games.
Isaiah Addo Ankra picks up the foul, trying to get in Ali Khalifa's way, and that's his first. So we anticipate a much more aggressive Pioneer team. Yeah. That seemed to be the mantra coming out of the locker room, and we'll see how BYU answers that.
And they've got to, on that defensive end, they've got to anticipate, well.
How's the answer there?
And that's Ali Khalifa. And that's what we talk about, that elite passing. 12 points now for Noah Waterman. But the cut, and Khalifa at 6'11" has just an uncanny feel for where his teammates are on the floor and how to get them the basketball. He just visualizes.
He's got 16 straight assists without a turnover. Just think about that.
He's played, this is his 7th game. He's only had a turnover in 1 game, and he's had 2.
Jackson Brenchley knocks down the 3.
And how about Denver coming out and getting 2 straight threes to start this second half?
Brenchley, that's just his 4th on the season. Now it's Johnson looking into Khalifa. Backdoor cut. And Johnson's going to the line to shoot 2.
His ability to bounce pass it with his back to his teammate. Like, watch this one. That was beautiful. This last one that drew the foul for Johnson was even better than this one, the Waterman one.
And we were talking with the staff about Khalifa. Does he practice those passes? And they said, well, he goes to practice. But the passing skill is just who he is.
And, yeah, Mark Pope told us, I'm not sure you can teach somebody to have kind of that spatial awareness of where everybody is on your team on the floor, and when they make a move, immediately process it at a high speed how you're going to get him the basketball, whether it's bounce pass, lob pass, whatever it is. He has a remarkable talent and skill to do that.
He had some passes Saturday up at Utah that were just next level. Johnson with 9 points.
Yeah, 7 games, 6 without a turnover, and 1 game with 2 turnovers. And he's just building on that 11.2 assists per turnover. It's like it's up over 12 now.
Hard drive to the basket. Khalifa denies Lopez San Vicente. Hall to Khalifa. Now Johnson maneuvering around. Gets it back to Hall. 10 on the shot clock. Into Khalifa. How about that move? Off the glass and in. His fourth point.
When he's been passing the ball and distributed it, now as the defender, you're standing off a little bit saying, where's he going to get this ball out? And immediately puts his body on you and spins to the baseline and goes right by it.
He's a great three-point shooter. Once that shot shows up, he's just going to be so tough to defend. Honorable mention, Conference USA last year. Out there to discourage the shot. Here come the Cougars, up by 20. Waterman again. 2 dunks off 2 Khalifa assists here in the second half.
And Waterman, he's loving it. He's out there going, I know if I make a move and cut hard to the basket, the big guy's going to get me the ball in a great spot to score. What great confidence he has in Khalifa to get him the ball.
Largest lead of the night for BYU. Bruner coming in. And a good-looking shot off the glass for his 6th point.
You see how quickly he got it up. He knew that Waterman was trailing him, so he didn't take the normal thing. He just quickly got it up, almost on his way up on the jump, got the ball on the glass.
Khalifa, well, whenever he's got the ball now, you just expect something spectacular to happen. Here he goes up, leaves it short. High on the rebounds, Jackson Brenchley. 6 boards for Brenchley. And draws a foul. He's going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Brenchley, you know, we heard, hey, they're going to be more aggressive. Brenchley's come out with that mindset. He took the ball right at Khalifa that time and created contact to get to the free throw line.
Out of Providence, Utah, went to Mountain Crest High School in northern Utah, and then, as mentioned, 4 years at the University of Utah. And Jeff Wolbrand is just so thrilled to have Brenchley here for this season.
Coming out of high school, number 3 rated player in the state of Utah, and played 95 games there, 19 games last season he appeared in.
Here's what's dangerous about BYU, as we're reminded as Robinson checks in. That barrage of points happened with their leading scorer on the bench.
Right.
And now he's in along with Atiki, Ali Atiki. One of 2, 8 points now for Jackson Brenchley. Robinson for 3.
And he doesn't take any time to warm up. Like, comes off the bench, he's ready to roll.
He's got 5.
It's like the arm is ready, it's warm, it's ready to shoot.
Here come the Cougars again. Atiki with it. Hands it off to Hall, and then the lob comes back, and the foul! What a move by Atiki, mid-air. And he'll go to the free throw line. Second foul on Otto Ankra.
This is a pick and roll, and when they switch, and the smaller man ends up on Atiki, and he has him on his hip, Downhall knows right where he's going to go. This is a really nice finish. Great catch by the big guy and a good finish while being fouled. BYU's offensive efficiency in the second half, the way they're moving the basketball and scoring with assists, has been really impressive.
Junior out of Tanzania has 3 points, 59-34. Cougars keep changing up the defense. Turn around, Chuck. That one not close by Otto Ankra. Hall again, trying to feed Johnson and Brenchley out with a steal. And now Brenchley taking it in, left-handed scoop. 10 points for Brenchley.
He's shown his leadership and his physicality here in the second half, saying, listen, I'll carry you guys if you need me to, and I'll take good shots, and I'll get to the rim.
Tiki sizing things up down low. And that's DeAndre Craig on the rebound and quickly down the floor. Beautiful dish and the dunk by Isaiah Carr, his fourth.
How about the assist on that? First of all, great ball fake, and then an unselfish play to draw the defense. So you go by one defender, you draw another defender. Now somebody's going to be open. Well played.
Robinson has it stripped away.
Back-to-back turnovers for BYU now on the offensive end.
Another quick release three. And Otto Enkra is in a hurry to get some shots up. That's out of bounds. It'll belong to the Pioneers when we come back. 14:28 to go here in the second half. 59-38 Cougars on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
Welcome to a partnership where customer experience comes first. It's our focus. It's your expectation. We provide support to those that go the extra mile for all of us. Supplying products, training, and service for generations. Learn more at bradyindustries.com.
If you're looking to build your brand awareness and increase market share as BYU moves into the Big 12, this is the place, BYU Athletics. We can provide the tools you need to make sure your company is seen and heard. BYU Athletics is where you can align your products and services with loyal fans that cheer for our Cougars. And they can also help your business win. Learn more about what a partnership with BYU Athletics and your company will look like. After all, this is the place. Email sponsorship at byu.edu today.
Nobody celebrates Christmas like
BYU TV. BYU TV.
BYU TV. Watch Christmas Under the Stars on BYU TV with performances by BYU Vocal Point, Fine for Fighting, Train, John Legend, Lauren Daigle, and Pentatonics. Watch every concert ad-free all December long.
Merry Christmas from all of us at BYU TV.
We're working on a BYU engineering outreach project. In Ecuador, they have prosthetic clinics, but it's really expensive. We wanted to create a process where they could make their own prosthetics.
It was incredibly motivating for our entire team to know that this would go to people not able to provide for a prosthetic.
BYU has changed my life by giving me an education that brings me closer to God. The things that we're learning can so directly help others and improve the world.
One of the nicknames being tossed around for Ali Khalifa is the Egyptian magician because of what he can do with the basketball.
And the defenders, they don't even see where the ball's going. Watch the on-the-ball defender, just right around him. The wraparound, the no-look bounce pass. This is tonight. How about this one, where he just gives it up to Noah Waterman for a dunk? We've seen multiple great passes again tonight. This is a backdoor cut by Waterman. And Waterman loves being on the floor with Ali Khalifa because he knows he'll get him the basketball.
Yeah, you break to the basket, it's coming.
Yeah, you better have your heads up and your eyes around quick, like a receiver with a great quarterback.
So he's now up to 17 assists without a turnover. That's quite a run.
Well, and BYU is, he's got him in this mood of assisting. In the game, BYU's 14 assists on 22 field goals. That's a 64%. That's really good. In the second half, there are 5 field goals. 4 of those have been assisted.
Stewart lobs to Johnson. Beautiful steal and the dish and the finish. Spencer with 11. Trey Stewart comes into the game and in a matter of seconds makes something happen. Richie Saunders knocks the ball away. He's in for BYU as well.
So 5 assists on 6 field goals here in the second half, and some of them have been spectacular.
Tyson Garf going to throw it in for Denver. This is Garf on the baseline to Brenchley. Craig with it. Shot clock's at 6. Slashing in. Atiki flying high. And he brings down the rebound. And we got a whistle and a foul on the reach. And this will go against Denver.
That was it. You don't get a block for that. I don't think Atiki actually got a piece of it. There should be a stat for big men called shots changed.
Yeah.
And Atiki changes a lot of shots in there.
Second foul on Isaiah Carr. 4 team fouls on the Pioneers, just 1 on BYU. Three, good. Robinson quietly hanging out. Now he's got 6 threes on the night, 18 points. He's not even messing with twos.
He doesn't need to mess with twos tonight.
He's like, I'm just going to stand out here. Just kind of hiding, and all of a sudden you can see Jeff Wolverine just going, oh no, how did he get left so open? Brenchley on the drive, and the foul. He'll go to the line, and a chance at a 3-point play. And Tiki picks up the foul.
The one really big bright spot in this second half for the Pioneers has been this guy Brenchley, who has just been determined and playing with a great level of toughness here in the second half. He's 5 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. He's got 6 boards, 2 assists, and 12 points as he toes the line here.
Trevin Nell is in. You see Johnson go out. 3 fouls on Atiki. And a 3-point play for Brenchley
so
as Bruner checks in. Brenchley will check out. And Bruner's frustrating night. He's looking to just get something going. 3 of 12 from the field, 0 for 5 shooting threes for the nation's number 3 leading scorer.
He's clearly been a marked man in this game where BYU's just like, wherever he is, mark him, find him. Do not let him catch the ball without having somebody in his face.
Saunders hands it off to Stewart. Shot clock's under 10. Nell up for 3. And it is Craig coming out with it. Wastes little time getting down the floor. Here's Bruner. Round and round he goes. And there's a foul. And it's on Saunders, his first. Nell is now 0 for 5. Shooting threes tonight, and 0 for his last 9. The red hot Waterman returns, and Atiki will sit down with those 3 fouls. Georgia State is here on Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern, and Big 12 now on ESPN+. Now Bruner's looking at going, how am I supposed to shake a 6'10" guy? This is Craig. Shot clock under 10.
The help has been really good on this set down.
Inside the arc, up for 2. And Waterman with another rebound. That's his 12th. Jackson Robinson with 6 3-pointers here tonight. Nell on the drive. Robinson for 7. Rebound, Waterman. And he's fouled. He'll go to the line. What an effort by Noah Waterman tonight. He'll be at the line when we come back. 11:55 to go here in the second half. 64-41 Cougars on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
Gina Costa, looking simply stunning. What's this? She's opening her Fidelity app to buy that stock with no fees or commissions. Because what does Gina got?
Gina's got the look.
That never gets old.
Talk about easier investing.
The Kerwin Frost Box. With a McNugget Buddy in every box. And your choice of Big Mac or 10-piece McNuggets.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
The love that goes into a Subaru comes out when Subaru and our retailers share the love. 116,000 animals supported, 3,300 wishes granted, 4.3 million meals provided, and over 400 national parks protected. Be a part of something bigger. Get a new Subaru during the Share the Love event, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Get 2.9% APR financing on a new 2024 Outback during the 2023 Subaru Share the Love event.
Berlin has so much to offer. Staying in a room at Joanna's gave me a feeling of what it could actually look like to live there. It was my last night and we wanted something fun. Joanna is a really good singer, but I am very good with lyrics. The next day we could not really talk because we had such a good time.
18th ranked BYU leading Denver 64-41 live in the Marriott Center on ESPN+. Cougars trying to get their 9th win of the season. It is now my pleasure to welcome Jimmer Fredette, not just on the set for the pregame and halftime, but onto the court. Jimmer, what's it like for you to watch this team play in person, removed from when you were here doing your thing?
It's great. I mean, these guys are playing great basketball right now. They're putting up a lot of threes, which I love. You know what I mean? Shooting the basketball is what I like to do, but they're doing it efficiently, and they're getting good looks, and that's the way to play. Coach Pope has these guys believing in each other, playing good basketball, and this is some of the best fans in the country. I mean, this Marriott Center is special.
You're doing your thing in a number of ways. You have a juggling act going on of sorts with a lot of international travel as you get ready for 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics. So what's the next step for you in pursuit of the gold medal in Paris?
Yeah, so we have a little bit of time off. We just had our last tournament for the season, which was great, and now we're in a mode where you got to get the body healthy, get back into it, but then in a couple months we'll really start diving into it, right, and get ourselves together as a group. And for that next 5-6 months, we'll be on tour trying to play in big tournaments, get our team together, and make sure that we're ready to go for the Olympics. So it's going to be a good time.
Now, your teams that you played on at BYU had high metrics, just like this Mark Pope coach team does. At this juncture of the season, what advice would you give to this BYU basketball team?
Stay the course. Obviously, this is a part of the schedule where they can go through and be able to win 4 games in a row if they play good basketball. And then that's going to be big going into the Big 12, being 12-1, something around that, which would be huge. Good confidence builder, knowing that there's a gauntlet ahead, right? So being prepared, staying healthy, and making sure that they're mentally prepared every day to go against some of the best teams in the country.
I'm going to put you on the spot here. A lot of guys are doing good things for BYU. Individually speaking, who's caught your attention tonight and through much of this early season?
Yeah, I mean, Jackson's the guy that's really been just phenomenal off the bench. I mean, he's their leading scorer off the bench, scoring and shooting at a really high clip. I mean, he's shooting high 40s in the three-point line, but also he's shooting over 90% from the free throw line as well. So he's been a guy. And then Noah, I feel like he's brought such a great spark for them this year, shooting the ball really well compared to last year, and then rebounding and just playing hard. So it's been fun to watch those two progress, and those guys are driving the force right now.
Well, it's great to have you in the building, Jimmer, and great to have you on set. How would you explain your first quote-unquote broadcast experience doing this for ESPN+?
It's been such a great experience. It's just, I feel like I'm in my element. I mean, talking basketball with some great guys, and to be able to do it with BYU's team that's so close to my heart has been such a fun time. I'm following all the games anyway, so why not talk about it on air?
Jimmer, it's great to have you again. We wish you the best of luck in your pursuit of a gold medal, and we'll look forward to hearing from you in the postgame.
Sounds good. Thanks, Spence. Appreciate it.
Dave and Blaine, take it away.
Thanks, Spencer. A win tonight will give BYU a 9-1 record, their best start since Jimmer's senior year, when the Cougars won their first 10 games of the season.
That was, you start talking about talent and all of that, you go back to that Jimmer team. This team is an extremely talented balance. They don't have like superstar like Jimmer, although Jackson Robinson's starting to make a case for being a star. Mark Pope told us last year he has the chance to be a star, and he's certainly doing that. But
look, he just goes and sits down right at center court. That's what you get to Jimmer power
Jimmer
right there.
But it's this is a basketball team that is really balanced with a lot of talent and a lot of lateral quickness and length to play defense. When we talked to Jeff Wilburn, the head coach for Denver, we said compare this BYU team that you've seen on tape now as you prepared to Colorado State, who's a top 15 team. And he goes, Colorado State's really good at what they do, and they're an excellent team, and they're big. He goes, but BYU probably athletically, just pure athleticism and length and skill and lateral quickness is probably better.
Here's Hall. Shot clock's under 10. Waterman in the corner. And Johnson pulls down the rebound, steps behind the arc. And here's Bruner, who a moment ago got him to his 10th point. Johnson pulls down the rebound. They had the lob there, but couldn't finish. Now from the corner. And Hall convinces that one to go in. 8 points for Hall.
And for Denver, you go down and you have a chance to get an alley-oop transition bucket, and you miss. Instead, BYU just takes it out, pushes it up the floor, and get a transition three on the other end.
There's Bruner. You see his ability to get to the bucket, scores over Waterman, and he'll go to the line.
And that's what he does so well. That quick first step, acceleration, get his shoulders and hips in front, draw contact, and finish with his strength through contact. That's what he does, and we haven't seen much of that today because BYU's help defense has been there. But that's a glimpse of what he's going to do in that league this year.
Second foul on Waterman. Bruner started at Jacksonville, and he gets the free throw to go. Senior out of Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, 88.2% free throw shooter, 83.5 career free throw shooter. So he gets to the line, and then he converts when he gets there.
Hall on the drive, finds Robinson. Up for three. There's number 7.
And that breaks his own record. His most ever is 6 against Fresno State, so he's at 7. Now he's starting to chase some other records. Most three-pointers off a bench is a tie between Mike Rose and Matt Carlino of 8. Is the most anybody's ever made at BYU off the bench. And the most ever made in a game by a BYU player is, who else would you think but Chase Fisher, who had 10 threes in a game.
Fisher could light it up. I thought you were baiting me for Jimmer. There's number 8.
There's 8. So now he's tied. Mike.
Well, they'll call
they're calling it a 2.
So his first 2 of the night on a 3-point barrage evening for Jackson Robinson, now with 23 points and a timeout with 9:07 to go. 75-48 Cougars on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
The holidays on Dale's farm weren't very festive. Until he saved big on a Bluetooth speaker with Amazon's last-minute deals. And now?
Mamacita.
That llama is part dancer, part prancer. Shop last-minute deals now at Amazon.
And the toys that he will leave.
Gina Costa, looking simply stunning. What's this? She's opening her Fidelity app to buy that stock with no fees or commissions. Because what does Gina got?
Gina's got the look.
That never gets old.
Talk about easier investing.
Cool. Buddies, the Kerwin Frost Box.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Two undisputed UFC titles on the line, and this card is absolutely amazing.
This is MMA at the highest level. Let's go!
What a co-main event.
Hey, I'm leveling up. Too much was never enough. If I said it was up, then it's what? Fireworks are guaranteed.
Are you not entertained?
I'm leveling.
This is just unbelievably stacked. I'm so excited.
Back at the Marriott Center, 75-48. BYU with Jackson Robinson putting on another show.
Yeah, he's now 7 of 12 from 3 in this game, 23 points. And he's just making it look easy. He's just snapping the net. And he's playing great on defense as well. We see the block here. He's gotten it in transition. He's come off screens. He's worked his way and run the baseline and found himself open in the corner. But that catch and quick release with that 6'7" length and that 7-foot wingspan makes it tough to go out there and contest that shot. And look at this line, 8 of 14. He's 57% from the field.
7 of those are threes.
58% from 3. Yeah, he's something special. And as we mentioned, that last one they counted as a 2. We thought it was a 3, but he needs one more to tie the BYU record for off the bench number of 3 makes with Mike Rose and Matt Carlino.
A few moments ago, Dallin Hall hit a 3. They've changed that to a 2. After looking at the video, our crew, Gary Maxwell, Kelly Self, and Mike Reed, determined a foot was on the line, and so that's why the score is 75-48 coming out of the timeout. 9 minutes to play here in Provo. BYU 8-1, Denver 6-4. Brenchley off the glass over Atiki.
And that's 15 now for Brenchley, who's been a star, especially here in the second half.
No miscommunication, and BYU turns it over on the inbounds pass. And so Denver will stay down on this end of the floor and keep the basketball.
And that's 11 turnovers now for BYU in the game. Still 8 minutes to play, and BYU likes to keep it around 11, 12 is not a bad number for them. The way they push the basketball up and down the floor, if they can keep it at 12 or under, they're having a good game. And I mentioned Brenchley having a great game, 15 points. 11 of those have been here in the second half where he's come out with a real purpose.
Saunders comes up with a loose ball, out ahead to Johnson.
And that's the 10th turnover now for the Pioneers.
And ball knocked out of bounds by Bruner.
And 10 turnovers, 8:28 to go. This is a Pioneer team that averages just 7 turnovers a game. Or take the back, 9 turnovers a game. It's 7th in the country.
Hall for 3. Tiki on the rebound. And Hall goes back into Atiki. Been working on that move. And on the rebound is Tynamo. Craig saw an opening.
Great quickness.
Slashes in.
He got by. I love the way he put his body and basically stacked to the defender behind him and down Hall. And BYU's bigs were not paying attention, didn't get over to cut off that driving lane, but great body position by Craig. Just a freshman, a really smart player.
Robinson for 3. That's number 8.
There's number 8.
And he was so far back that he left, no doubt, 26 points, which is a new career high for Robinson.
So is Chase Fisher's all-time 10 record at risk here, you think? Is he going to be in the game long enough to get that?
Well, you could say Mark Pope should go to his bench, but he is from the bench.
That's right.
10 seconds on the shot clock. And Brenchley is held up. There was a lot of banging there on that entire possession, but one finally called, and it's Johnson on the foul. 7:22 to go. Robinson with three-point shot number 8 on Big 12 now on ESPN+.
drums drumming, all your friends humming. Yeah, it's a good time coming. Everything you want it, it's right here, y'all. Everything you need it, it's right here, y'all. We got the tunes bumping, got the kids jumping. Yeah, it's a good time coming.
If you're filing a claim, it's urgent, and we treat it that way.
Since we're here in Oklahoma, we can get agents and adjusters to you quickly, so you can get on with your most important business, your life.
Whether it's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday or after a huge storm, we're here to help.
We did it that way when I started 27 years ago, and we're still first on the scene today because if it's urgent to you, it's urgent to us.
Made of and made for Oklahomans.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord. Oh no! Go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Boom, 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 boom.
Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
At Nissan, more is all we do.
Two undisputed UFC titles on the line, and this card is absolutely amazing.
This is MMA at the highest level. Let's go!
What a co-main event.
Hey, I'm leveling up. Too much was never enough. If I said it was up to this much. Fireworks are guaranteed.
Are you not entertained?
I'm leveling.
This is just unbelievably stacked. I'm so excited.
The college football playoff semifinals are New Year's Day on ESPN and the ESPN app. Number 1, Michigan, and number 4, Alabama meet in the Rose Bowl presented by Prudential at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific. And then number 2, Washington, and number 3, Texas in the All-State Sugar Bowl. The winners will play Monday, January 8th for the national championship on ESPN. Former Cougar Steve Sarkisian, the head coach at the University of Texas. The Longhorns in the mix. Sark won the Sammy Baugh Trophy, and then he led BYU to a Cotton Bowl victory as the MVP when the Cougars beat Kansas State on New Year's Day, and his passing lane was off the charts. And we even built a chart.
Yeah, it's on the charts now, but when he was doing it, it was off the charts. Yeah, his Steve Sarkisian's senior season was a special season for BYU. Unbelievably talented team, but he was so efficient.
Wish him the best of luck in the college football playoff. 78-55.
Jackson Robinson still in the game, chasing that record 10. He could tie Jimmer Fredette for second with one more at 9 made threes in the game. It seems like Jimmer made 9 a lot of times. Am I wrong? I don't think he did, but it seems like everything was a 3 with Jimmer.
Atiki picks up his 4th foul and all of that as we check in with Spencer.
Well, let's go ahead and qualify this 8 3-point performance by Jackson Robinson. Again, he's tied Mike Rose for the most threes made by a bench player with 8. So he can take over that lead with one more and tie Jimmer. But yeah, as you mentioned, Blaine, chasing Chase Fisher's unbelievable 10 made threes against Chaminade back playing in Hawaii a few years back.
Let's give Mike Rose a little shout out. When he was on, he was lights out shooting that 3-point shot. And the free throw bounces in for DeAndre Craig.
DeAndre Craig out of Mount Carmel, Chicago. First team All-City. He was the MVP of the Chicago Catholic League. Really nice looking freshman that, you know, if Coach Wolverine can get him to stay 4 years, he's going to have a big impact. Averaged 19.9 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 3.8 assists last year in high school. And he's already the best on-the-ball defender on this team as a freshman. That's saying something because freshmen usually need to learn how to play defense.
Saunders is out. Waterman's in. BYU's bench has outscored Denver 39-8. And the Cougars have a 36-9 edge from the three-point line tonight. Johnson looks into a Tiki, now makes his move. Knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Pioneers.
Mark Pope up on the floor, out as far as he can get. He's telling the guys, let's go, guys. Let's push the ball a little bit, get some thrust here, and get aggressive on defense. I think he feels a little bit of a, kind of almost like a settle down, a little bit of a letdown right now with the intensity level that they've been playing with. BYU's played like their hair's on fire most of this game.
Bruner has to go up with a shot clock winding down. Johnson.
Here comes the pace.
The rebound. Robinson right there for number 9. Followed by Waterman.
And appropriate if Robinson misses, that Waterman puts it back, and now 18 points for him.
And Waterman, to his career highs 24. He had that double-double in the first half, so he's putting together a special evening as well. And there's Waterman with a block, denying Bruner.
He's got 14 rebounds as well. So this is rebound number 14, point number 18 for Noah Waterman. And it's like Jackson Robinson's been so spectacular shooting threes, you almost forget how ridiculous Waterman has been on both ends of the floor tonight.
Here comes Hall. Lob for a Tiki. Over to Robinson. Open for a 3. It feels like the Cougars know Waterman's close to making some history. They keep feeding him.
Bruner, smart play on the end of transition. Took it to the other side of the rim to keep Waterman from being able to get to the ball and could finish in transition there.
Here's Hall. Slicing in. Nobody got in his way.
You think these guys know that Jackson is close to the record? You think they know this, that Robinson is close to the record? Because it looks like they're looking for him right now.
9 points for Hall. Brenchley over Waterman. A whistle on the rebound. It's going to go against BYU. It's on Johnson, his second.
Go back and watch this, calling it on a rebounding foul.
All right. Well, the foul was called right in front of the rock, and they didn't appreciate it either.
Yeah, and he made what we couldn't see because our view is from the back of Spencer Johnson, but he had his arm held. That's the only thing I can think of there.
Johnson goes out. Saunders is in. 4:40 to go. And Saunders on the rebound. Give and go, and it went. Third dunk of the night for Waterman. 20 points.
Not only has he played defense, not only has he shot the ball well, the way he has been cutting so aggressively and hard and moving without the ball has been very impressive tonight.
Craig's got it, and we near 4 minutes. Shot clock's at 7. And out of bounds, and a turnover. Lopez Vicente gives it back to BYU. 11th turnover for the Pioneers. Timeout, 3:56 to go. 84-59. And the tandem of Robinson and Waterman has BYU marching closer to their 9th win.
Some people just know that the best rate for you is a rate based on you. Not Paul. You don't want to ride with Paul. Get a rate based on you with DriveWise and the Allstate app.
Boom, 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 boom. Nissan has a car for everyone.
Every driver who wants more.
More turbo.
More freedom.
More electric.
Nissan, more is all we do.
Buddies, I present to you the Kerwin Frost Box.
I'll take that.
Yo, buddies, let's get that box.
Almost showtime, my lord. Oh no! Go, go, go!
Come on, let's go. Hurry, everyone.
Let's go!
There he is, buddies. Get him.
Hey, buddy. That box is for everybody. There's a little McNugget in everyone.
Coming to you from Frost Way, with a buddy and a meal in every box. The Kerwin Frost Box.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
And?
So much.
Hey,
Oh,
can you sit?
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Big 12 now on ESPN Plus is a must-have for Big 12 fans. Saturday night, a college basketball doubleheader, 7 Eastern, Cincinnati. They're off to a great start, taking on Dayton. And then at 9 Eastern, it's the Georgia State Panthers here in Provo to challenge 18th-ranked BYU. All Saturday on Big 12 now on ESPN Plus. 84-59 Cougars with 3:56 to go. And you combine these rosters, there are 7 countries represented. United States, Mali, Tanzania, Egypt, Spain, Finland, and Germany. As we take a look at the breakdown for the Pioneers, Germany, Spain twice, and Finland represented. And then for BYU, the Cougars also around the globe, Tanzania, Mali, and Egypt. And then if you figure in church missions on the 2 rosters, you add in Argentina, England, Guam, Uruguay, Italy, and Taiwan. You got the whole world here.
A lot of language that can be spoken out on that floor.
The lob for Atiki.
Beautiful pass by Robinson, getting the ball to Atiki. Big size advantage in there right now for Atiki Ali Atiki.
BYU averaging just over 95 points a game at home. 3-point shot from the corner. Good look by Lopez San Vicente. All right, if they're interested in getting Robinson the record, they got to start running some plays for him. Let's see what happens here. They seem to be running plays for Atiki. And a turnover. Brensley's got it. Collides with Richie Saunders. So Saunders is from Riverton, Utah, and Brensley's from Providence, Utah. And they are battling tonight. Both served church missions, and there's a chance they played high school ball against each other, although Richie's just a sophomore. Brensley is a grad student, so probably missed each other.
These are the 14th and 15th free throw attempts for this Pioneer team in this game. Oh, the Grinch made it out tonight.
I'm so right. Earlier, he was sitting all by himself, and I thought, no one wants to befriend the Grinch. So
yeah, exactly.
Now they have.
Everybody's around him. It's the holiday season.
Waterman, big night.
And remember when he came, his heart was probably 3 sizes too small.
You think
but now it's probably fine. Yeah, Brensley now with this is the 15th attempt. Keep in mind, this team, the Pioneers, are number 8 in the country in free throw attempts per game, 27.5. And so for BYU, one of the big goals that Mark Pope gave us was to guard without fouling.
There's number 9 short. Robinson chases it down. Brensley, by the way, having a career night with 17. Back to Robinson. Stewart's got it. Maneuvering in. And Brensley brings it out.
Brensley with 7 boards now to go with his career scoring.
Bruner into the corner, an open look for three. That one rattles out for Addo Ankra. Now Robinson around the back. Takes it in for two. What a night for Jackson Robinson, 28 points.
That was just nasty right there.
And he has put on a show tonight. Brenchley, who's also put on a show. His career night will expand as Atiki fouls out. And this a moment ago from Mr. Showtime,
around the
Jackson
back.
Robinson.
And then the fake. He got Brenchley going out to the corner. But first, the around the back right here.
Here comes the crowd for Robinson as he leaves. What a night for Jackson Robinson. 8 of 16 shooting the three, 28 points, 4 assists.
10 of 19 from the field overall.
We'll see him again on Saturday night. What's he going to do on Saturday night? You got to watch. Gotta.
Come join us. How can anybody shoot a free throw into what's behind that bucket?
Brenchley's going to give it a shot. Offensive board. Back to Brenchley. Up for 2 more. He's got 21.
21 and 7 boards for Brenchley. Back in his home state, really putting on a show.
Backdoor cut. McGregor had a good look. From the corner for 3, and just has not been dialed in for Addo Ankra. And 1 for 4 from distance.
5 of 21 for Denver tonight from that three-point line. 12 of 36 for BYU. Remember Mark Pope told us at the beginning of the year, we probably want to average around 35 three-point attempts a game, and we kind of looked at each other like, is he serious? Guys, he was serious.
Ben Bowen on the miss.
He was serious, and this team definitely has an identity of what they want to do on both ends of the floor.
9-1. Best start since the 2010-2011 season for BYU. The net ranking of 3. National ranking of 18. Brenchley on the miss. Bowen with the rebound. Nice scoop in for his first 2. Sophomore out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. I'll tell you, the Pioneers are going to fight to the end. And a foul is called. And it is Addo Ankra picking up the foul.
And interestingly, here we are with 53 seconds. BYU's still not in the bonus. It's only 16 fouls this half on Denver, 10 on BYU. So a double bonus for Denver.
Well, the last time Denver defeated a Power 5 team was 23 years ago tonight when they beat Oregon State. And it's not going to happen tonight, as Hayhurst is heading over to the free throw line, shoot 1-1.
There's 7 team fouls now, so for the first time in the game with 44 seconds, BYU's in the bonus.
It's not Hayhurst going to the line, it's Townsend Triple. From Meridian, Idaho. Hayhurst is from Eagle, Idaho. And Triple is now 8 of 9 from the free throw line in his first year at BYU. More substitutions come in. Denver's going to slip to 6-5. BYU 6-0 at home, 9-1 on the season. And they're home on Saturday, and then next Friday, and then January 30th, Saturday to wrap up, or December 30th to wrap up the 2023 business. And then they stay home for Cincinnati in the Big 12.
And as you mentioned, we were showing scores tonight and upcoming games that Cincinnati has had a great start to their first year in the Big 12 as well.
Bowen with his 4th. Stewart into the corner. Saunders for 3. And out ahead is Bowen. He's got 6 points off the bench here in the last minute or so. He'll remember his Marriott Center visit as the final seconds will tick away. Cougars bounced back from that disappointing loss up in Salt Lake City. Saw a lot of good, saw some spectacular play from Noah Waterman, a double-double. Spencer Johnson back-to-back double-doubles. And then Jackson Robinson was the man of the hour.
What I was looking for was to see if BYU would come back with some resilience and some fight after a tough loss. That's a tough game to kind of shake off. We have the ball at the end, 2 points down, a chance to tie or win it, and you turn the ball over, and they came out and showed me everything that I wanted to see. They came out with toughness. They came out with effort. They looked really good defensively, and yeah, they definitely shook off that loss for sure.
10 straight wins at home for Mark Pope, now 56-10 here at the Marriott Center. Picks up his 96th career victory as BYU wins at 90-74. Talk about Noah Waterman. 14 rebounds to go along with his 22 points. Spencer Johnson, 10 rebounds to go with his 11 points. And those guys weren't even the big man on campus.
It's amazing.
Let's go over to Spencer with Noah Waterman.
Noah, career-type performance for you tonight, and this coming off of a frustrating performance against Utah. So how were you able to change your mindset and get ready for tonight?
Just stay locked in on the defensive end. Like you said, when I was playing at Utah, I went like 0 for 6 from the 3, and it was a frustrating game for all of us. We really wanted to win that game, but I think we really just had to get back to who we were in this game and focus on the defensive end and wedging and rebounding, and it showed tonight.
Maybe you already answered the question, but what was the best thing your team accomplished tonight?
I'm going to say going back to our defensive principles. Our defensive principles and rebounding was like a big thing. And then our transition wasn't that good against Utah, but we got back to it this game, and we played really well.
Well, you and Jackson Robinson carrying the majority of the scoring. What's it like to play with Jackson Robinson when he's hitting like that?
Jackson is one of the best shooters in the country, so I'm not surprised that he does this. He does this all the time in practice. So I talked to him, I said, yo, Jackson, you're not even dribbling. He said he didn't have to, so I love it. I love it.
Noah, congratulations to you on a great game. We'll talk to you later.
Hey, thank you.
Noah Waterman's finest night as a BYU Cougar with those 14 rebounds and 22 points. And Jackson Robinson with his finest night, high point, career high 28.
I love the way this team shared the basketball tonight, too. They were looking for each other, and they were getting the guys with a hot hand the ball. That's how you win basketball games.
For Spencer Linton, Blaine Fowler, and all our crew here in Provo, I'm Dave McCann. BYU, 18th in the country, beats Denver 90-74. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Georgia State is in here Saturday night. We'll see you then. This has been a presentation of ESPN.